Jordan, welcome to the WorkPlay Podcast.
Hey Lyric, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have you on the podcast. You are like everyone inside of the WorkPlay methods, like West Coast girl. You're like the go-to
Yeah.
in California, LA. And I'm excited to kind of dive deep into all things you, how you got started, and just give everyone a little taste on your journey inside of WorkPlay with all of our members.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of got my start in photography pretty young, I would say, at least my interest. I was like really into YouTube when I was younger, and I wanted to be a YouTuber so bad. I like begged my mom to buy me a camera for my 11th birthday because I wanted to like film and record like my daily life and like I want to be a YouTuber's mom, like please. She bought me a camera and I started like taking pictures and videos just of like different things I was doing in my life. And I did take some like photography classes in high school. We had like a pathway system and there was a technology pathway. So it was like film and photo and editing. So I got a little experience there too. And then kind of fell off during college. But during the pandemic, I was bored with nothing to do and I picked up my camera again and just started shooting like my friends and different things around. And I realized like, oh, I actually really have a passion for this and I love photography and I love capturing moments. So then I was like, I wonder if I could, take this a step further, maybe even make it a career. And how I got into WorkPlay, actually, my mom came across you guys. She is a business owner and she was like, oh my gosh, Jordan, like this company, this looks so cool, like right up your alley. You get to travel, meet new people, and take photos. Like it sounds like a dream come true. And it really was. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to apply. Like I need to do this job. And yeah, so that's how I got introduced to WorkPlay, and it's been amazing ever since. And I just love being here. So yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you did get a camera for your mom did allow you to get a camera for YouTubing?
Yeah, she did. I never actually posted any of the videos, but I was just like in my head, I was like a YouTuber because I just had all the recordings and like my brother would be at the videos, he would take his own videos, and I still have them to this day. They're so funny, but yeah.
Love that. I love that. Okay, cool. I mean, it's so funny because you're someone that I just feel like clients and WorkPlay members, they just inherently love,
Mhm.
and you have such a chill demeanor, and I think that actually helps when WorkPlay
Mhm.
members are in front of you because they feel more at ease. I know at least I feel more at ease whenever I talk to you. I'm like, oh, Jordan's got it. Like you're just like
Yeah,
cool as a cucumber. Were you
right.
always like that? I really feel like that is one of your superpowers.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Yeah, I've honestly always been like this. Like, even when I was little, my mom would say, like, I wouldn't really cry much. I would just be like chilling, playing with my toys, like just in my own world. So, yeah, I've always kind of had like a cool, calm demeanor. And I feel like it definitely helps me with workplay members because, like, it almost, my calmness translates to them. And they're like, oh, well, if she's calm, I can feel calm too, you know? So, it
Mhm.
definitely helps in a lot of places in life for sure.
How do you handle maybe someone who comes in who's a little more nervous, maybe a little more on the high strung end of things, is like, we got to get all of this. How do you handle someone maybe that's not like you, but could
Hmm.
benefit from, shooting with you within inside of the WorkPlay method?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely always try to, at the beginning, I'll kind of talk to clients and be like, talk to members and just say, like, going through the shoot, like, this is what we're going to do today. And I kind of ask how they're feeling about things. If they seem a little bit more high strung and nervous, I kind of just reiterate, like, this is like one out of four shoots. So, it may seem overwhelming, but I promise you we're going to get all the content that we need today. And then you'll have another one in 3 months and it'll be the same thing. And I kind of like break down the content plan and just kind of make things seem less big or like grand in scale. So I'll be like, oh yeah, so we have this first location. This is just going to be these two outfits. We'll do it real quick, these few poses for each outfit, and then we'll be done. And I feel like that kind of helps them feel at ease, just kind of breaking things down and also just being like very calm about it. Like, oh yeah, like it's no big deal. We're just going to get this done, get your images, and it's going to be great. And then they kind of be like, oh, okay, well, I can kind of like feel less nervous about this, because I know exactly what we're going to do, what outfits we're going to do in each spot, and what poses. So I feel like more comfortable.
Yeah, I love that because it's almost like we have to break down the day of content,
Hmm.
right? Like into a
Right.
smaller, more conceivable amount so that you're not looking at the whole day and being like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. But I also think we have to do that
Exactly.
from like a yearly standpoint, right? Because like
Hmm.
the the year, at least whenever I talk to WorkPlay members, it's like, oh, do we have to have this all figured out for the rest of the year? It's like, no, let's just
Right.
focus on the next 3 months. And then when you're on the day
Hmm.
of the shoot, let's focus on the next scene. It's like, I feel like
Yeah.
we as a WorkPlay team really break it down to like, all right, let's just
Definitely.
focus on the one thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
I
love
think
that.
we definitely try to just make everything seem manageable for the members because at the end of the day, we want to provide that calming, like comfortable experience when they're in front of the camera. So, just being like breaking things down, it's really helpful to just get a better idea for how the shoots go.
Totally. When you are doing your workplace shoots, because you do so many in California, the West Coast, what do
Hmm.
you think makes like a successful shoot versus maybe one that could have been better?
Yeah. I think having things organized beforehand is really, really helpful. So for members, maybe that's a week or two before you have like all your outfits picked out and you kind of associate which outfits you're going to put with which scenes and which locations and like, oh, I want to do this pose in this particular outfit. That I think is definitely helpful because it just makes the day of go so seamlessly because everything's already set and ready to go. I think also like having when we like get to the shoot, I am constantly just like going back to the content plan and just kind of I guess making like an order of operations. And I'm very like type A, so like I love to like make little lists and like be very organized. So I'm always like, okay, we have this first location. The first scene, we're going to be in this outfit. I'm going to get you in these three poses from the content plan, and then we're going to switch, and then you'll do your next outfit. I kind of like to just like break it down again, how we were saying, and just really make sure that they know what's going on for each scene so that they're like, oh, okay, got it. I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then they'll feel more comfortable getting in front of the camera, knowing what poses they're going to hit, what outfits they're going to wear, that kind of thing.
If someone is so terrified to be in front of the camera, and I know we have workplace members that are just like, it doesn't matter how many times they do a shoot, it's like, it's a
Hmm.
terrifying thing. What
Yeah.
would you say to the person that is so terrified to be in front of your workplay camera? What would you say to them to kind of ease their mind?
Hmm. Yeah. Something that I say to a lot of members is at the end of the day, like you see yourself differently than other people do. I kind of live by that statement because I think a lot of times people can be very critical in themselves, but like the broader like other people don't see you that way. Like you may think, oh, I don't like the way I look in this photo, and someone else may see that and be like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. So I think I just try to like really like kind of hype them up and be like, you're gorgeous. These images are going to reflect you and who you authentically are and your business. And I just want you to have fun with it. Like, don't think about it too much. Just think it's just me and you just having a good time. Like, don't even think about what the photos are going to be for. Like, just enjoy in the moment. And I think that can also help members to feel more comfortable. Also, just like, again, like being really, really supportive and being like, oh my God, you look amazing. This is so beautiful. The smile, gorgeous, gorgeous. Like, I really, really do that a lot. And I think it helps members feel more comfortable because they're like, oh, well, she thinks I look amazing and she knows what she's doing. She's the professional. So I'm going to trust what she's saying. And yeah, like I am that girl, Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's really helpful.
Totally. I totally agree. And I think that when you're comfortable with your workplace content creator,
Mm-hmm.
you just start to show that through the camera even more. And oh,
Right.
whoops, sorry.
It's
Mia, cut that
okay.
out. So yeah, I really think that if you are able to be comfortable in front of your WorkPlay content creator, you're able
Mm-hmm.
to just like let loose, and then the content becomes so much more fun and seamless, and the process can be more fun for you if you're feeling like a little
Right.
tense about it. And Jordan,
Yeah.
I feel like you do such a good job of that. And time again,
Oh, thank
members
you.
are like, that is the thing that's like your little secret sauce. I feel like everyone on our team has a little secret sauce that makes them so
Mm-hmm.
great. And I just think your ability to kind of, regulate people's nervous systems just in the way that you are and energetically is awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
as far as visuals versus business, so at WorkPlay Branding, it's all business owners. How do you think the visuals that you help WorkPlay members create, how do you think that translates to their business and what they're doing with them?
Yeah, so I think the visuals are super, super important. With business owners, like a lot of the business owners that we have, they are their business. So I think it's really important that the visuals reflect who they are because at the end of the day, their business is them, like to their core. So I think just like having sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
Um, Yeah, so just like having visuals that reflect who you are will then impact your business because your business is you and you are your business. So I think having images that feel authentic to you, things that you do in your lifestyle, not just like you like sitting at a coffee shop because maybe you don't go do work at a coffee shop, maybe you work from home and you're comfy on your couch, and that I think that makes you more relatable to your clientele or who you're trying to reach with your images because at the end of the day people can tell when you're being kind of fake and unrelatable. So I think again, being yourself and just truly letting that show in your visuals is going to attract all the right people that you want to bring in.
I love that. And also being, like I think when you're authentic to who you are and the business that you have, it's like again that shows through the visual because
Mm-hmm.
you'll be comfortable in front of the camera doing something that, is authentic.
Right.
What if someone wants to like step outside of their comfort zone and they're trying a new thing? Maybe they've shot with you like for their past 3 shoots. Like how do
Mm-hmm.
you get members to kind of step outside of their comfort zone when maybe they're so used to doing the same thing over and
Mm-hmm.
over and over again?
Yeah. One thing I love to do with members is kind of like we have like the Pinterest boards. So I kind of like to go through and just if you click on like a pin, it'll show you like similar shots. So I kind of like do that and I'll be like, we have this like on the Pinterest board, but would you be open to maybe trying something new and doing like this cool pose? And if they're feeling it, I'm like, oh, cool. And then we can maybe do this over here. Like, this is new, this is different. Kind of like switch up visuals that you already have. And something I always like to bring up is like, getting a lot of the same visuals every shoot, it might not stick as well. So, like, switching it up, I think could really help to bring in, some more people and get some more attention on your stuff. Just like being creative,
Yeah,
out of the box. Yeah.
I totally agree. Because, like, at the end of the day, you have so many shoots inside of the process, so many opportunities.
Right.
You might as well take a risk, especially if, especially in the earlier shoots that you have, it's like you have so many more to do. Plus, I mean, you can renew,
Mm-hmm.
of course, and have
Yeah.
like as
Yeah.
many shoots as you want. And taking those little risks that might be just a step outside of your comfort zone, or like,
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, you give them an idea. Maybe it's like not something you've ever done before, but you
Right.
just say yes. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
if you like them, you can use them. If you don't, it's not a big deal because you had the whole day to, play inside of your
Exactly.
comfort zone. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like just pushing the limits every single shoot is so important.
Yeah.
How do you like how do you, obviously we, have hundreds of members. How do
Mm-hmm.
you keep track of the people that you do shoot on the West Coast? And how are you specifically able to kind of dive into each specific brand on the day
Hmm.
of when you do shoot so many people on the
Yeah.
West Coast?
Yeah. So I definitely like, I think the big thing is that I make really good relationships with all the members that I shoot with. And so they're very like memorable in my mind. I also do have a pretty good memory, not to toot my own horn, but I have pretty good memory. So like I'm really good at remembering names. So even like members that'll like have like additional people on the shoots, I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Robin, it's so good to see you." Like, I think establishing relationships, it really helps to like differentiate the people that I'm shooting with, and also when I make those relationships, I kind of like associate them with their business because a lot of these members are very like reflective of their businesses. So they kind of like mesh into one. And I'm like, oh, yes, like Gianna, the Pilates instructor, like, yeah, that's her. So I think just like really building relationships, it makes it like so much easier to remember everybody and have those connections for sure.
I totally agree. And I think, again, that's like a superpower of yours. And I think a lot of people on our team, I feel like everyone on our team, like, we have
Yeah,
such a culture of doing that because I just think like you can't fit in at working at this company if you don't care about like, the
right.
brands that we're shooting. But I just think that you
Hmm.
do that especially very, very well.
Oh, thank
Moving
you.
into the next part of this episode, I really want to get into some of like your favorite shoots that you've done and
Oh,
what those
yes.
have looked like. And like just kind of paint a picture for that for us and maybe inspire us a little bit on our next workplace shoots.
Yeah, totally. Um, I think some of my favorite shoots that I've done have been kind of like, I don't know if I would say like remote areas, but I think just really scenic locations. Like I did a shoot in Sedona that was so
Mm.
beautiful. Like the scenery, the rocks, and just the energy there was amazing. And we got such good shots that day. I also did one in Ojai, California. That was gorgeous. It was like a women's retreat. The energy was just so beautiful, and all the women were so lovely. I just love doing shoots where I can like feel like an energetic connection between like me, the people at the shoot, the business, like what we're doing that day. I just love those types of shoots. I also love the shoots where, we're getting out of the box, we're getting in the water at the beach, and, we're getting in the trees in the woods. Like, I love, love, love those types of shoots because they're just so creative and I get to play around with different textures and lightings, and it's just so fun. So I think definitely like out of the box shoots and then like really scenic locations are definitely my favorite.
I totally agree. I feel like anytime workplay members shoot in Sedona, because I know that we've
Oh
had
my
quite a
gosh.
few in Sedona, I'm like,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter where we shoot here, it's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
it's all gorgeous. It's like another world out there. It's so beautiful.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm
Totally.
going back next month. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, for a workplace shoot or just for fun?
For a workplace shoot. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm happy about that. Those are gonna be
Yeah,
amazing.
super
Can't wait
happy.
to see those.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. How do you personally keep pushing yourself and your skill set to like new heights as you go through like your workplay journey with workplay members?
Yeah, I feel like just the experience of working with different people, like all of our members are so different. And I think as a photographer, like working with different people builds your skill set because whether that's different skin tones, different, like people that feel differently about being in front of the camera, it just really helps to like widen your skill set of working with different people. I also am like heavily inspired by all of our other workplay creators because everyone is just so talented. And every time like there's a shoot and like someone will send previews in the chat, I will just be like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. Like I need to like do a shot like this." Like I take so much inspo from the other content creators. everyone's so talented. And I think that honestly pushes me to be a better photographer for sure.
I love that. I want to get to how we like cultivate that on our team, because I think that's a
Hmm.
big part of why our team is so creative, because we just feed off of one another. We're not like in little
Yeah.
silos away from each other, not seeing what each other are creating. Like you can
Hmm.
be in LA like you, and then you could see a shoot that like Becca did in like Charleston, North Carolina. Is that
Hmm.
even where Charleston? I don't even know.
I think
South
so.
Carolina, I think it like where Charleston. And it's like you get to be inspired by all of these places. Even Mia, like right now as we speak, is shooting Greece, which is
Oh my
so
gosh,
cool. So
oh, yeah.
I know. I know. I like messaged her. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you need to send previews to all of us so we can get
Yes, please.
inspired by
Yeah.
the
And Mia
Greek."
always kills it. Right.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. I want to hone in on this fact because I know that this is a big one for like especially people of color who are like coming into the workplay process of like, okay,
Hmm.
have workplay content creators like shot on different skin tones. You had just like mentioned that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is such a not a concern, but just like something that people are thinking about nowadays. Like,
Hmm.
are you able
Yeah, definitely.
to like, adjust your style, or do you know how to do that? What would you
Hmm.
say to those people who are a little more concerned about if there has been experience on the workplace team
Hmm.
in terms of shooting different ethnicities and different cultures
Hmm.
and things like that?
Yeah, for sure. I think a big thing, the way that we are trained is all about natural lighting and what natural lighting and what settings are going to work for what skin tones. So even like when we have our retreats and we're doing all of like our training, like we all as a team are different skin tones and different ethnicities. So we're practicing on each other, like seeing like what lighting looks best on what skin tones. That I think is a really big thing. And I think all of the content creators, as we shoot different people, we're gaining that experience for different skin tones. Like, you know, one day you may shoot with somebody who's on like a lighter skin tone, and you're realizing like when I have my ISO really high, it kind of washes them out. So maybe for lighter skin tones, it's a lower exposure. And for darker skin tones, like I should have my exposure a little bit higher, things like that. So I think a lot of all of the content creators have had enough experience of working with people with different skin tones, different ethnicities, and like we know how to get the natural lighting right and know how to make your skin look totally good, like not washed out, not too dark, not too bright. Like it really works out. And we have like a lot of experience in that realm.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think sometimes like for example, Sierra, whenever she talks to someone who's joining or about to join in it
Hmm.
and that sort of thing comes up, she's always
Right.
like taken back that, oh yeah, like the out there in the world, sometimes people don't get experience with
Yeah.
shooting different skin tones or cultures or
Hmm.
ethnicities, and like they don't know. So
Right.
it's a valid question. It's just
Hmm.
something in our process that we don't even think about anymore because it's so
Yeah.
normal and it's so
Hmm.
like, and you bring up a good point. Our team itself is so diverse. It's crazy,
Yeah.
which is such a great thing. So I
Hmm.
mean, so used to all of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And it's a valid concern for sure. Like, there are
Mhm.
photographers out there who do not shoot people with dark skin. And it's like, well, if I wanted to book with you, how would I know that you know how to shoot me? But with us, we don't even think about that as like being a problem because we know that we can work with any skin tone.
Yeah, we just have so much experience with it. I
Yeah.
want to do a little fun rapid fire with you. I'm very
Ooh,
curious what
fun.
your answers are. We do this with everyone, I think, except for whoever did their interview first. I need to redo theirs because I did not do a rapid
Yeah,
fire with theirs. But
it's
we're
so
gonna do a
fun.
rapid
I love
fire with
it.
you.
Love
Yes. Okay.
it.
So if you want to explain your answers, you can.
Hmm.
But I always end up wanting to hear the explanation.
Yeah,
But
right.
technically we're not supposed to. It's supposed to be a rapid fire. Okay. Your favorite city that you shot WorkPlay content in?
Oh, I think I'll have to go with Sedona.
Okay. I agree. That's like
Yeah.
amazing. Your ideal photo shoot weather?
Ooh, I would say 75, cloudy. I
It's
think
pretty
is my
good.
ideal. Because when
Like
it's direct
no.
sunlight, the lighting can get iffy.
Yes, I feel like when you start like workplace shoots and like clients are like, "Oh, it's such a beautiful day. It's like direct sun, no clouds in the sky." We're like, "Oh God." you know?
We're like,
Um
oh yeah.
Totally, totally. Okay, your uh bucket list place for a workplace shoot.
Ooh, that's a great question. Okay, I have two answers. I would say somewhere in Japan or somewhere in Greece. And I'm very jealous of Mia right now because she's in Greece.
Do you have a
It's
specific
just
place in Greece?
I think like either Athens or Mykonos.
Okay. Okay. That's pretty
Yeah,
good. Pretty good.
yeah. Just
What
always wanted to
are
go
your
there.
Yes. I mean, someone might take you now after hearing this
Right? Yeah.
episode.
Hit my line.
What are your travel essentials? What are you bringing when you are traveling to
Mm,
places like Sedona, places in California, all the things?
hmm Okay, I think my number one travel essential is a portable fan because
Mm.
being on the West Coast, it's kind of hot, not all year, but like most of the year. So a lot of times, like we'll be outside, clients will get hot and sweaty, and they're like, "Oh my God, my makeup!" And I'm like, "Don't worry, I have a fan." So a portable fan, I always have. Portable chargers because my phone's always dying. And what else? I would say, yeah, just portable fan and portable chargers. Just really come in clutch.
I love that. I love that. What is your Oh my goodness, I just lost it. I'm like, where's my next rapid fire question? What is your go-to client pose for like the most flattering look?
Mm, that is a great question. Go-to pose. Do you know, I always love when I like comfy, like couch type of poses or just things that look very natural. I think sitting on the couch, like knees crossed or like tucked behind you with a hand on the side of the face in a big like laugh smile, that's like probably my favorite.
It's
So I
just
just feel
like
like
gets
it like yeah, yeah. Like you can just feel someone's aura through those types of pictures, you know? It's like I love
totally.
the like comfy, cozy vibes.
I love it. I love it. Okay, and my
Yeah.
last rapid fire question for you is what is your go-to or favorite photo shoot snack?
Oh, photo shoot snack. Okay, I think it's the Trader Joe's sells like these like pre-made packs of trail mix. I love the one that's like almonds, cranberries, and cashews. Go-to snack
I love
because it's
it. I love it.
protein and it's just like quick, like pop it in my mouth, 10 seconds, I'm done, you know?
I love it. That's so easy. That's better than Brandon's answer. Brandon was like beef jerky. And I'm like, really? And then
Beef
afterwards, he
jerky.
was like, I literally don't eat beef jerky. I'm like, why did you say that?
That's so funny.
I love it. I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh.
Jordan,
Gotta love it.
thank you. I know. I know. Jordan, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. I am so excited for WorkPlay members to book a shoot with you. If you guys want to request Jordan, if you're going to Greece, this girl wants to go to Greece. So if you're
Please.
if you're a WorkPlay member wanting to do a shoot in Greece, Jordan's your girl. I'm so excited for
Sign me
you.
up.
I'm so excited for clients to continue to do shoots with you. Thank you for being such an amazing part of our team.
Well, thank you so much. I was so happy to be here today. Thank you for having me again. And I'm so excited to keep working with all of my recurring members and all the new ones. So yeah.
I love it. Thanks so much.